All right, Rod. I'm not even going to ask you what's under the sheet that walked in here with you. Just go ahead and say something weird.
Christmas time.
Christmas? Rod, are you high? It's October 29th. Why are you even... No, I told you to say something weird. That's actually on me. All right, keep going.
Christmas time is a wonderful time of year. A time when men and women come together as brother and sister. And the human race becomes family. A dysfunctional family, filled with incest and infighting, but a family nonetheless.
Ooh, you're losing me, Rod.
Every year, we lose that moment. It melts like snow and pools in the oils of human indecency in the gutter of every street in America.
You know, it's starting to smell like a gutter in here. What's under the sheet, Rod?
What if, one man asks, what if we could have that feeling all year round?
How often do I have to visit my in-laws?
That's on you. But only one man would make such a wish come true.
Ho, ho, ho. Holy crap, is that a person under the sheet? Wait, that's not surprising. I saw it walk in. Who's under there?
A homeless man I found up the street. I mean, Santa Claus!
Hello.
Say your line, Ralph.
Oh, right. Ho, ho, ho.
Good. Here's 35 cents.
Rod, it's way too early to be talking about Christmas. Plus, no one wants to watch Christmas movies anymore. They always trick you into thinking it's a brand new story, and then it's just a Christmas carol again.
Okay. So then it's not about Christmas time.
So, what's it about?
Arbor Day time?
Arbor Day. Of all the holidays to pick from, you didn't choose Thanksgiving. The one that's coming up in a month's time?
It's hard to do without my dartboard.
Boop. Mr. Executive, the lawyers from the Jewish Organization of Inclusion are here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, this won't be good for any of us. You gotta get that Santa Claus hobo out of here.
They said their people have been through enough and they shouldn't have to wait any longer. They're coming in now.
Quick, make your escape, Claus.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This, the only podcast to constantly obsess over its own well-being while doing nothing to better itself, leaving you to ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I am Time Commander on most social media. We are joined by Huge. How you doing?
Just got my car back from the shop $600 later.
I don't think that's appropriate for this podcast.
I mean, flim flam, Jimmy was a wow.
Doobie-doo, buddy. We're also joined by J Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Right. How's your car?
It's fine. It's a Toyota. That thing will never die.
And I do not.
Unlike me.
Oh,
Yes.
you're dying right now.
Well, yeah, that's what this episode told me. I should have a constant crippling fear of death.
Okay.
I'm kidding. The episode didn't have to tell me that.
No, yeah,
Yeah, that was already there.
Is that what it was about? I couldn't tell.
I'm a millennial. I already know that.
Yeah, it's constantly living in the shadow over me all the time. Oh my God, death! Here it comes.
It lives between our lights and our shadows.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, so we watched Escape Clause. That's the 6th episode of the first season of The Twilight Zone.
And the third film in the Escape From series.
Of course, yes.
Yeah,
This
goes-
one.
Or was that
not
the first?
Ooh.
That was the first, right?
Oh, it goes Escape Clause, then Escape from New York,
Yeah.
then Escape from LA.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Don't you be talking about my escape movies. Don't you do it.
You remember when he talks about that big North Pole job, like throughout the rest of the fucking series?
Never let it go.
Snake Plissken.
They keep going, oh, Snake Plissken, back from that North Pole job, huh? Man, you are ice cold, Snake.
Claus, you're an asshole. You look taller. Just gonna go with more.
That's, yeah. Funny, I thought the L's would be taller.
It's Just cut my part out.
add that in. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that.
No, he won't.
No.
Oh, he never does. No, he never does.
It's always, we'll cut this out.
We'll cut this out.
It's funnier when you mention it than you know it.
Especially in episode 3, where you all just read our social security numbers
Yeah,
out
yeah,
loud. You're like,
exactly.
don't worry, guys, I'll cut it out.
Well, I mean, that was part of that promotion with, nope, never mind. I don't even know the company. What's that guy who put his social security number on a bus and then got it stolen like 5 times?
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
I was gonna when you said promotion, I was like, wait, do we have a sponsor now? Brought to you by Squarespace.
No, I don't even promote myself to my family. Like, it's not going well over here, guys. All right, so, yes, Escape Clause aired November 6th, 1959, wherein a man afraid of death makes a pact with the devil for immortality. Although he never really clarifies he's the devil.
No, he does.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Isn't he just kind of like, yeah, sure.
Well, no. At one point, the guy's like, "You're the devil," and he's like, "Right, you are, Mister."
Oh,
That's the ticket. It's like, oh, all right.
that's the ticket.
Pretty sure he said that's the ticket.
And I'm reaping the benefits. Was he John Lovitz? Like, what are you...
So John Lovitz is the devil.
Yeah, well, we all know that. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just say it was probably John Lovitz that made this episode lost in translation. Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. So, once again, the French love 2 things, Jerry Lewis and the Twilight Zone,
Oh,
because we have the French translation for Escape Clause, which for some reason is called Immortal Me Never. Or Immortal I Never. Like, it wasn't clear on which, like, I never, immortal. I don't know. And that was it. So, of course, we bring it over to Bad Translator.
Yep.
Number 1 shock jock radio in the land. They went ahead and told us that it could be Escape Point. It could also be Exemption Clause. Woo! That was your slide whistle.
There was a slide whistle in this episode too.
Was there?
Oh yes, there
Oh,
was.
actually, no.
Oh, yes, there
I
was.
shouldn't question that because fucking the Twilight Zone. You watch it and then you listen to like the sound effects they use. Like, what the fuck am I watching?
Those are all brand new instruments. They invented them that day.
The new terrifying instrument, the slide whistle.
Ooh.
Woo!
Yeah, horrifying. The way all those Mario boards end. It could also be Protective Clause. Could also be Liberation Article. And really, just a poor choice by them. It could also be called Get Out.
Oh yeah.
They got tough competition for that title.
Yeah.
Remember that time that episode of Twilight Zone got snubbed at the Oscars? Because I do.
I do.
Oh, remember when those racist Oscar people confused Get Out for Get Out? Oh, stay woke! All right, so let's go ahead and drive ourselves over to the Truth Hour.
Yeah.
Nothing but the truth for a whole hour. I don't remember the words. It's been so long. It's been a week.
You're losing the beat. What's happening? Oh,
Truth.
Truth it to me, baby.
Truth it to me.
Yeah, that's how
Truth it or lose it.
Where's the truth? Like, what are you like?
Time to make the truth.
Time to make the truth. Can you hear me, Truth? Can you hear me, Truth? Can you hear me, Truth?
I don't watch enough commercials. This was my moment. If only I didn't DVR everything.
Da 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 da.
Truth. That was it. That was the one. Here we go. All right. So, yeah, let's talk about some things that happened around the time of the release of this episode. We have November 2nd, Charles Van Doren, famous for being the all-time winner on the TV game show 21, admitted in a Congress hearing that he had been supplied the answers in advance.
Then they made Quiz Show about it, which was so fucking good. Have you seen Quiz Show?
No.
Like early 90s?
I've heard of it.
Oh, it's so good.
Is that the one where the old guy's like, go to your windows and scream out? No, not at all.
That's Network.
Oh, okay.
Or was it?
Same
Yeah.
plot.
No, yeah, it's Network. Yeah, same plot.
Same plot, yeah.
Yeah. Also, same plot of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They were all.
And they did a J.G. Wentworth commercial based off that, too. I need a structured settlement, and I need cash now.
Call JG.
Yo, I legit forgot when his joke started. I'm trying to make a callback, but I don't know where we came from. Like, I don't know what's happening right now.
I don't know, but I gotta retain an attorney right now. I need my cash settlement.
And that's the truth. Ow.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
All right, we have November 4th. U.S. Congressman Stephen V. Carter of Iowa died of cancer at the age 44.
Wow, you are pulling these out from
Yo.
you are scraping
Dude,
the barrel.
look, all I'm saying is a 44-year-old senator or congressman died on the 4th of November when he was 44. That's a conspiracy. 444? Come on. That's the Chinese 666.
Damn it, now that's true.
So November 6th, we have, with a closed chest method having recently been discovered, Boston Dr. Bernard Lone was inspired to create the direct current method of heart defibrillator using 400 volts of electricity to restore the heart rhythm of the patient. Yeah, before 1959, you could only defibrillate a heart by cutting open the chest and applying electrodes directly to the heart.
So what was the method where he's just like, I'm a Tesla this motherfucker?
Well, somebody else figured the closed chest version, and he was like, well, you don't have to have this plugged into a wall all the time. Like, you can do batteries.
Yo, you know electricity goes through the body. You don't have to open them up to get to the heart, right?
Yeah.
But what about that transition period where they're still offering both on your insurance? And it's just like, I'll take the closed chest method, please. Ooh, sorry.
Oh, your insurance.
You have an
only-
HMO.
Yeah.
Or the one guy who's like, nah, I'm the hybrid doctor. Like, I don't open your chest. I take a metal rod and I jam it in, and I electrocute the rod. It's the same thing, guys.
Can I get the horse doctor? He seemed like he was doing much better.
We had to turn him into glue.
Wait, the horse doctor?
Well, times are tough, you know.
Well, he was working on the horse, and
It all kind of just got sucked in there. There's some stethoscope in there too. They were more upset about that.
we did tell him not to wear the long coat.
It just looks so good though.
We told him to take it off. He said nay.
I've been shot.
I wish there was video so you could see these two clutching their sides.
Just watch any Old West movies. The same thing.
Actually, just watch the Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah, there's some people who die in there like that.
Damn it, Rummy.
That's God you're talking about right there. All right, so finally, let's go ahead and give us the real truth that we came for. MyBirthday.Ninja.
Yeah.
And let you know that you were a male born somewhere in the territory of the Ukraine, approximately in 1775.
That's right,
And
Ukraine.
your profession was leader, major, or captain. Which I want to point out, 1775, that is legit like 3 years after the Russian plague epidemic and 1 year after the Russian-Turkish war. So, like, lucky privileged you coming in here with all that fighting stopping.
You were one of the 4 survivors. Of course you got promoted to captain.
Yeah, you're Captain Baby.
Captain Baby.
Not Baby Captain, no, Captain Baby, yeah. Although maybe he wasn't that type of a leader, because a brief psychological profile of his past life says that you were timid, constrained, and a quiet person. You had creative talents and waited until that life to be liberated.
You know what? You survive a plague, and let me see how quiet you are.
Some environments consider you strange. You know, not having a plague and all.
I want to welcome everyone to Captain Baby's illustrious art education seminar. But please, let's all not too loudly.
Keep our
I am a
voices
little
down.
timid.
Will you quit slacking off and get back to putting the donuts on the shelf? Because this is a Dunkin' Donuts and you're a shift manager. Also, you should know that if a dog named Stella, a St. Bernard breed, was born the same date as you, it would be 320 dog years old today. A dog's first human years equal to 15 dog years. Dogs age differently depend on breed and size. When you reach... When you reach age 6, Stella will be 45 dog years old. From that point forward, a large-sized dog like Stella would age 5 to 6 years for every human year.
No.
Okay. Look,
I'm upset.
I just want to... I've always had a problem with dog years.
Yeah.
Dogs don't come from their own planet. Like, they,
Still, yeah.
the Earth, they come from... Unless we're talking space dogs, which we didn't, you know...
Well, you know how it is. Like, we're humans in our houses on Earth, and we give them tiny dog houses, so it's got to be a little...
So technically the dog house rotates around the Earth slower than a human house.
Right.
Which explains why dogs get their likability from the yellow sun of Earth.
Sure, yeah. And why they all go to heaven.
Yeah. But only dog people, we just boop, we're gone.
No.
Yeah,
They go to heaven.
They go to heaven.
Like, what? I wish I could eat bones and just age faster. Like,
Was
that'd
it
be great.
actually all dogs?
I mean, to be fair, if all you eat is bones,
I guess I would age faster.
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
you will look 75 in about a week and a half.
Like, dude, cornmeal, bone meal, it's the same thing, man. Like, what are you talking about? They both make marshmallows.
Wait. Fucking truth hour. I can't even get this shit.
It's the truth hour.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did all dogs go to heaven, though?
We said it. Yeah.
Yeah, but...
That's it. It's fucking truth sign. I don't know what you want. I said that shit. It's fact.
Yeah. So on this podcast, we just debunked all the religions. Well, just turns out...
Except
the
for space dogs.
Yeah, the one true religion is all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah. Forget about Christian heaven, dog heaven.
Yeah. The Bible, that's wrong. That 1993 VHS in your cabinet, that's the
one.
truth.
Burt Reynolds as a dog, going to heaven. Burt Reynolds, nothing.
God, no.
Not so much.
No.
Dead in the ground.
No. Yo, tell me.
Wait, is he dead?
Yes!
okay.
He died like a month ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's, yeah. I think a little longer than that. But yeah. I like 2016.
We shot this a long time ago before you hear this.
All right. So let's go ahead and go on to the best hour.
Our favorite hour.
Our favorite hour! The Troy McClure hour. Oh, hi, I'm Troy McClure. You'll recognize me from such medical docudramas as My Daughter's Face or My Life, or Angels and Kidneys, They Come in Pairs. Today, we're here to talk about the amazing advances in homeopathic medicine.
Hell yeah, essential oils.
Yeah.
Johnson's Miracle Cream.
All right, so David Wayne plays Walter Bedecker. IMDb says you'll recognize him from the Andromeda Strain or the Front Page from 1971 and 74, respectively. But me, this guy right here, I recognize him from the 1966 Batman's television series Batman as the Mad Hatter.
Oh, shit. Really?
It was like 5 episodes, yeah.
He is a terrible actor.
Yeah, he really is.
Like, oh my God, bad. Wow.
And I am not interested in the Mad Hatter at all. Yeah, that guy, I don't like that guy. He luckily died in 1995. From our perspective, I didn't like him. I'm glad he's dead. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But I did. I
you
did.
said it.
Oh well, that happens.
Well, you know.
You can edit that out.
Nah. I'll keep it in.
And we know he's not in heaven.
That's right, because he's not a dog.
Yeah.
Thomas Gomez plays Cadwallader. You might not recognize him from the 1979 the 1947 Ride the Pink Horse. Yeah, I don't think I said that right. The 1948 Key Largo and the 1970 Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Hell
He
yeah.
played a mutant, didn't he? He definitely played a
He
mutant.
probably did, yeah. He died in 1971. Year after.
There ain't no fat astronauts.
Virginia Christine plays Ethel Bedecker. You'll recognize her in films like the 1956 Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
Oh.
the 1967 Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. She played a friend of someone.
She's the one who was coming to dinner.
No, that's the black guy.
that's-
That's Sidney Poitier. Oh, no, excuse me. I'm wrong. That's Ashton Kutcher. can't believe they remade that. That's awful.
Wait, they remade it.
They remade Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. They called it Guess Who, starring Bernie Mac as the dad, Ashton Kutcher as the boyfriend, and then Zoe.
Deschanel?
No, the light skinned one. Zandelis or whatever it is. Zandelan, someone with a Z. No, I said Zoe. Saldana. That's the
right?
one. Yeah,
she
Salamander.
was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Zoe
Yes.
Salamander.
Zoe the Salamander. Famed acting salamander from Hollywood.
Yeah.
Third most famous and most acclaimed salamander.
It's like what? Flipper, Lassie, Mr. Ed,
Those are not salamanders.
Zoe the Salamander, the most famous animals in Hollywood. So, guess who's coming to dinner? I might recognize her from her role as additional voices in the 1979 animated TV series Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. For some reason, I guess because they don't really do commercials, IMDb didn't seem to mention that she is also known as Mrs. Olsen from the Folgers coffee commercials from the 60s or so.
There's like a whole, there's an actual character
Well, yeah, back in the day, commercials used to be like mini shows. Like, they're like, I can't wait to see what happens this week. She drank the coffee? Wow!
I only wish my grandma lived to see her drink this coffee.
Unfortunately, she drank the other coffee. She, not the grandma, Christine, Virginia. Virginia Christine. She died in 1996. You can see the full cast and crew at imdb.com. Why is that funny,
Because,
Joseph?
I don't know about you, in my head, I was like, she at least had one good year left after fucking Mad Hatter died, where she didn't have to fucking deal with that shit.
one sweet, sweet year without the Mad Hatter.
Sure, okay.
Oh, we're wrong!
I don't even know how to defend, you, whatever. All right, let's just start the film. All right, opening narration is, you're about to meet a hypochondriac. Witness Mr. Walter Bedecker, age 44. Oh, God, just like that senator. Age 44. Afraid of the following. Death,
Check.
disease, other people.
Oh, yeah.
Well, false, because he has other people in his room constantly. Germs, draft, and everything else.
I think it's the draft.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's got to be the draft.
Oh, I thought, the draft, war?
Yeah.
I thought he meant, drafts in his window.
That seems
That's
silly.
why he's always like, why's the window open?
It's got to be the draft.
All right, okay.
There's no wars going on.
It's just,
The Cold War. It's really chilly in that apartment.
oh.
Draft? You send you somewhere cold?
I fucking knew you wouldn't see it coming, too. Oh, I led you around on that ride.
He has one interest in life, and that's Walter Bedecker. One preoccupation, the life and well-being of Walter Bedecker. One abiding concern about society, that if Walter Bedecker should die, how would it survive without him? Blackout! Because I guess they're doing commercials now in the early scenes.
Show's over.
Yeah. Or no, excuse me, Act 1. The rest of the show is Act 2. Which explains why it's so terrible.
And Act 3 is the credits.
Yeah, oh, what an ending. So, in the apartment, in the bedroom, a doctor checks Walter, and the doctor says he is completely fine, and Walter's pains and ailments are imaginary. They're psychosomatic. Walter lists the doctor's credentials, and then calls him a quack. All these credentials are for nothing.
You went to 6 years of pre-med and 3 years of medical school and did an internship. Dude, you really checked my resume before you called me. Internet doesn't even exist, and you found all that stuff.
Yeah? Well, I mean, dude, Walter's a mess. He's in a bed, he's under covers, he's got a scarf around his neck. I don't know if you noticed this, he's wearing half a robe. He's only got half the robe on, in bed, under covers. I don't even know how you do that. How do you take half a robe off, under covers? That's a trick. That's like a magic trick.
He's a dark wizard.
He's the devil in the episode.
Oh, that's the twist.
The other guy was just a lawyer.
He's just a fat guy.
It's just some fat dude. He's not even in the show. He just showed up on set. So Walter's wife comes in, and Walter blames her for his obvious dying state, and states that she wants it to happen. She couldn't wait. The doctor leaves as the wife, Ethel, sees him out. Walter calls for the wife again. Oh, I'm getting sick right now. Come back. She's like, I'll be right there, dear. And the doctor's like, he's fine, but you, ooh,
You
got
are a
scurvy.
mess.
ooh, you, yeah. He says, get some rest, and then writes her a prescription for vitamins. So it's like, not only get some rest, but take these pills, bitch.
Didn't even look at her. It was just like, you seem tired. Here, take some of these.
You old, tired hag. Get what you doing?
I love the way Walter talks.
You're not even my patient. I'm going to diagnose you from across the room.
She goes to the pharmacy to fill the script for her medicine. They just hand her a thing of makeup. Here you go.
There you go, yeah.
Clean yourself up.
He's like, oh, I don't even need to read it. I know
Oh, you
what's
look
going
so
on.
much better now.
I know what you need, lady. It is very obvious to me.
Secretary job. I love the way Walter talks in this scene because it's just completely ridiculous, and you could tell Rod Serling like meticulously wrote everything out. Where it's just like, here I am on death's door, at the edge of my coffin, about to go in, kicking the bucket, and you, woman, are here, saying your nonsense words. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Rod.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Rod meticulously wrote it out, and this guy meticulously acted it poorly.
But with such skill. So the doctor leaves, you're fine, and he leaves, and the wife goes back in the room. And from that one scene where he's like in the bed and laying under the covers half off, we go into the room, and he's got a scarf over his head, like he's an old immigrant lady, like, de bambinos, oh, they're so sick, de bambinos.
Oh yeah, it's all those immigrants coming from Mexico onto Ellis Island.
Speaking Italian.
Go ahead, you put all those cultures in a box and say they can't be related. Go ahead, go you do that. So, Walter claims that he can tell they were colluding against him because he heard whispers, and she's like, they were just vitamins for me. And he's like, what are you? I'm sick and you're getting vitamins? Yo, this is a rough life I'm living. And she puts a blanket on him. He's like, it's too hot. Well, get out of here. Let me die in peace. And she's like, all right, I'll leave. And he's like, what? You just gonna leave?
You're just gonna let me die in peace?
And she's like, all right, fine, I'll let you sleep. He's like, I can't sleep. I'm dying. Just like, yo, this is gonna go on forever, isn't it? And it does, because then he switches gears. He's like, why does a man have to die? Why do I have such a short lifespan? I asked you specifically, Ethel, why? She's like, I don't know. He's like, oh, of course you wouldn't. Get out of here. You're a crazy lady.
You fucking useless. How do you not know the meaning of life?
What was the point of this marriage? Yeah, so she leaves, and he keeps talking to himself, and eventually Death shows up in the room and starts answering his questions back at him, and he doesn't even realize it until like a couple seconds. He's like, the name's Cadwallader. That's me. You didn't like this name? What?
Yo, Rod Serling was so pleased with himself for coming up with this name.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because there was a Welsh king called Cadwallader
Shut your
who had a staff,
spit in
and
your eye.
in the staff, according to legend, it had a book. Oh no, not staff. He had the Grimoire, which was a book that told you how to do spells. Like, yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
That blank look of anger on your face is correct.
If Rod Serling was alive, I would push his wheelchair down a flight of stairs.
Of course, I'd have to break his legs first to put him in a wheelchair. But look, the plan is earning emotion,
No,
guys.
I would just push his wheelchair and be like, that's gonna happen to you next.
Yo! What are they gonna do? Like, legit, if you did that to somebody, what would they do? Yo, that guy pushed a wheelchair down. What? And he looked at me. Yo, we're arresting you. Like, what are you talking about? So, Walter checks the window to see if it's open. See, that's why I'm talking about the draft thing. Whatever, fine. Cadwallader's like, I'm gonna make you an offer, a deal, if you will, as more padding. An agreement, if you very
An
much
agreement.
please.
Oh, those are the. I need
That's it. That's just three. Yeah, that's it. I'm not that good at English. I get your so-called soul, and you get indestructible invulnerability. You won't appear to grow old or get hurt. So I don't know who it was, which one of us, but one of us was like, he makes the deal, and something goes wrong, and he's a head in a jar.
Oh,
We were wrong. That's not what happened.
Nope.
No heads in jars. So Cadwallader's like, yeah, just want you to let you know about the escape clause. If you ever want to die, just let me know and I'll come and end it for you. Because, whatever. And Walter's like, well, it's going to be a long, long, long time, mister. And he's like, sure thing, buddy. And
Sure thing, John Wayne.
yeah, stamps the contract and laughs and goes away.
Yeah, this is another example of the Twilight Zone just not having... maybe it's a different era, where it's like, yo, there's someone in my room. How'd you get in here? Well, who's to say how I got into your apartment and blah, 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 blah. Okay, moving on. Just no issue whatsoever with there being a stranger in their apartment.
Well, he's got a suit on, so he must be honest.
I've got a deal for you. Oh, well, I'm intrigued now.
It is. Because that's not the first time somebody's appeared in someone's home wearing a suit. And they were
No,
like, yeah.
this is pretty much exactly the same as
It will not be the last.
whatever the one with the old man was.
It's
who
like
was-
episode 2. Whatever.
yeah, who was actually afraid
one
of
for
death.
the angels.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that dude, like it's a straight up ripoff. Like he ripped off his
Like
own
4
work.
episodes later.
Yo,
Yo, the first season is like 30-something episodes long, and episode 6 we're already recycling.
I mean, like I was dicking around, but it really is hard without a dartboard. Like I was just joking around in the intro, but man. So Walter decides to test his new limits by placing his hands on a steaming radiator for several seconds, and he's fine. He laughs and throws all his medicine out the window, and Ethel comes in, and he's like, "It's me, the new Walter Beneker." I was like, yo, what a time to be alive! Cook a human in seconds on a radiator in your bedroom. Whoa, dude! Throw all your trash out the window and own land without a job. Yo, what a time! So yeah, that's it. New Walter Beneker. Jump to the train station. Walter and other people are waiting for a train. And just before it arrives, he throws himself on the tracks.
Yep,
and
makes
everyone's
perfect
like,
sense.
"Ah!" But he's fine. He's totally fine. They pick him up, and he's like, "I want to see your claims adjuster." Yo, like I mean, sure, seen a man get crushed by a train and walk up, like, I probably would have been shocked, too, but the second he went claims adjuster, I'd be like, yo, take your Chris Angel
Scam.
shit, you fucking, you street magic bullshit, and get out of here, you busker, you and your malarkey.
Obviously, the twin just got splatted, and
Yeah.
you were hiding under the train the whole time.
Yo, I've seen The Prestige, I know how it works.
There's
Good
2
ass movie.
birds.
What was the other magic movie that came out at the same time?
Magic Mike.
That was it, that actually was it.
Turns out the guy had 2 dicks the whole time.
It wasn't 2 twins, it was 2 dicks.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, there was a magic... It had Edward Norton's in it.
I think it was called, The Illusionist.
Yes.
I haven't
yeah.
seen that.
And no one has.
Nobody's
No one
seen
has. I'm sure it's great. No one's seen it.
Ed Norton, yeah, that's the one where he turns into the green monster, right? He gets mad and like, The Illusionist?
That's the Grinch. I'm pretty sure that's Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Alright, my bad.
Who's in the Prestige? It's
Christian Bale
Yep.
and Hugh Jackman?
And Hugh Jackman.
and Michael Caine.
Yep, Batman and Wolverine.
And then David Bowie shows up in that one too, right?
Yes.
Old
Tesla.
school rules.
Yeah. All right, okay. So train station claims adjuster. We go back to the apartment. The subway claims adjuster gives him a check for $1,000 because, I mean, you're fine. I'm only like,
Yeah.
you're lucky you got that much. So he kicks him out, and as he's kicking him out, or Walter kicks the subway adjuster out, as he's kicking him out, the bus claims adjuster comes in and gives him a check for $1,500. Oh!
So, has there ever been a faster you getting a check from an accident
Like,
than what we're seeing
never.
here?
Never.
what are you getting paid for? You're fine. Unless it's like mental trauma or something. Also, how did you get more money from the bus company than the train?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
if I get hit by a train versus hit by a bus, I would think I'm getting a little more money. Although, with the train, you'd be like, well, look, dummy, you, like, there's one little gap you're not supposed to step in, and you just jumped right in.
You act like it was a mosh pit. You freaking threw yourself in and started flailing around. All right, so he takes the money, kicks everybody out. He didn't even change his clothes. They're all still like covered, and cut up from
They're
the rails.
singed.
Yeah,
It's the same day. That's an incredible turnaround time.
yeah, yo, and he says he tells his wife, he's like, I'm bored. 14 accidents and all of them in one day.
That was a I had it for the end. I wanted to ask you some hypotheticals. That was one I had. Is how long do you think between him becoming invincible and the end? How long is it? Is it just literally like 6 hours?
10,000 years.
We don't want to Bill Murray this. We don't want to Bill Murray it.
I think that's the popular opinion going around. It's 10,000 years.
Honestly,
also, I think Chris Elliott's actually a demon. Is that how that story works? Right? Is that... Not in the film, in
That's
real
in the
life.
rough cut.
In
Oh,
real
yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah.
That
Real life.
dude needs to be watched all the time.
You really hated Cabin Boy, didn't you?
I watched it, so yeah. All right, so 15 accidents, all of them boring. I feel duped. I know. Goes into the bathroom, takes what's he say? Iodine?
Iodine.
No, he doesn't say iodine. He's like iodine or something like iodine. Iodine. I think that's what he said. Iodine. Rubbing alcohol. And, hey, honey, we have any ammonia? Ammonia? Well, of course. What self-respecting homemaker wouldn't have an unlabeled screw-top bottle of ammonia in an unlocked ground-level cabinet?
What do you think? She's got fucking 409 under there?
The ammonia bottle looks exactly like the milk bottle. Like, there's no difference. So, yeah, he mixes them all together, and he drinks it, and he's like, it's like weak lemonade.
Oh, it gets delivered. There's the milkman, the ammonia man.
Yeah. The lemonade man. Yeah, it's all there. So Ethel freaks out, and he explains, I just made a deal for immortality, and life is boring. Even with all the accidents. Even with all the accidents we know about, and apparently he was in a major fire, he mentions.
Well, yeah, his clothes are singed.
But no, because they've been singed since the
train.
Oh, since the train, you're
That's
right.
the
yeah.
same, yeah. So he's like, I'm gonna go to the roof and jump off. That's it. I'm gonna go. So they go up to the roof. He goes up to the roof, and Ethel tries to stop him. Like, oh no, don't! I'll make you potato pancakes.
Yeah, right?
The fuck?
I don't have immortality.
Yeah.
If my wife is saying it's life or death, and if you choose to live, you're getting potato pancakes, I'm fucking jumping.
It was at this point when I was like, yo, maybe the internet is right. Because a lot of people were saying that this was Serling's attempt at comedy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, you know what? Saying that, I can see it, and ugh.
You're a potato pancake.
Yeah, what? I just as lifeless and flavorless as a potato pancake, Ethel.
That's just mean.
That is. Like, even for, 1950s insults, that's mean.
Well, I mean, it did lead to some change, because I'm pretty sure this was the end of people being called Ethel.
Oh, this was it?
This is the straw that broke Ethel's back.
Even though, I Love Lucy reruns go on to, the 90s.
No, it's done. Shit's
done.
over.
All right.
I just thought, all the Ethels died out because no one would reproduce with them.
There was a Kennedy here or there, but no, it's just done.
But they're all retarded, so it doesn't...
Bunch of inbred Kennedys.
And I'm not being disrespectful. They're so old that that's the proper word you're supposed to use. So Ethel tries to stop him, she gets in front of him and no, don't. But I don't know if he pushes her.
No, she just falls.
Right? He doesn't even touch her.
She's walking backwards, and then she just falls backward, as though someone bent behind her on the floor.
No, she slipped on a potato pancake that was on the roof.
Why would I want you to make me any?
I've been hiding the ones you make me up here.
The neighborhood is littered with them.
They're called latkes.
I throw them at children as they pass.
So, she does not know about the immortality?
No, he explained it to her, but I don't think she gets it, or I think it's beyond her.
What? She's seen him go through all this nonsense.
Yeah, it's just beyond her as a concept, I think. I don't, or maybe she's just...
I mean, I get it's hard to buy, but, dude gets hit by a train and gets up, fine, fucking try the building. I don't give a fuck.
Your hypochondriac husband...
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wait a minute. You made a deal for immortality and didn't include me? What the fuck?
They didn't want to see the fight to start, as it was. Yeah. He was trying to avoid a fight.
Yeah.
He was mansplaining it to her. Well, look, a devil came down, and after a long thought, he couldn't just say, I sold my soul. No, he was like, well, there was two men, and then we had a long discussion.
Oh, and you didn't even ask me if I wanted a piece of the deal, huh? You know, I have a soul, too. Nobody ever asked me about my soul. What, my soul's not worth as much as your soul? I don't understand.
Honey.
First women want to vote, now they want to have souls.
Look, honey, I've read the Bible. Women don't have souls. I'm sorry.
What's next? All dogs going to heaven? It's bad enough you make me eat your soulless potato pancakes.
That's good. That was a callback and foresight. That was double. I was good one. All right, so...
That's the part we'll cut out.
Yeah, the good
You
part,
fuck.
yeah. Ethel tries to stop him, gets knocked off the roof, and Walter's like, wow, I wonder what it felt like. And then goes inside and calls the police on himself. And I'm like, why didn't you try it?
Are you going to tell me he didn't at least, like, let me see if I can land on her?
Right? Like, nothing.
No physical contact back then.
Yeah.
Not even death.
They gotta put a balloon in between them. Make room for Jesus.
Is that what a condom is?
Yeah, what?
There's room for Jesus? He can fit in there?
What is
Holy
Jesus,
shit.
Is Jesus like a collapsed lung? Like, we gotta pump a balloon up in there? What?
You took it too far.
Sorry, I thought you came from a community of collapsed lungs. I didn't know.
Little lungs, big hearts.
I finally understand why people call condoms little Jesuses. Hey, man, don't forget.
Yeah.
Be safe. Put on a Jesus.
If this was season 1, I would remind you guys that WWJD, he wouldn't rap it. we established that in season 1.
7 years ago.
Yeah, like the BBC, yeah. We are like the BBC, yes. Yes. So, yo, again, what a time to be alive. It was so easy to be a cop back then. The guys would just call themselves in and be like, I murdered my wife. No, I'll just stay here and have a cigarette. Don't worry. We go to jail. Walter's lawyer is like, yo, why aren't you cooperating? Do you want to get the death penalty? He's like, what is the death penalty? And they're like, electric chair. He's like, yeah, get out of here. He's like, yo, you're the weirdest client I've ever had. So they go to trial. And Walter's like, yeah. And the judge is like, jail for life.
No.
And he's like, yo, I didn't know that was a possibility. Like, I had no idea.
What sentence would you like? Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I did skip that part. I should clarify. The reason why he wants to go to jail is because he thinks he'll get the electric chair.
And that'll
be fun. I can't just stick a fork in an outlet.
No.
I gotta involve the government and potentially get a bill for electricity. Because when they don't kill you, they don't just let that shit go. They're like, yo, we're going to charge you for that.
I would think, right?
Yeah, like if they try to pull lethal injection and you don't die, they're like, yo, we're going to charge you for that alcohol swab and the needle and stuff.
And now we're also going to charge you for the health care you're going to need for the rest of your life because the poison kind of worked.
Yeah.
It just cooked your inside, but you're still here.
It's not that it didn't work. It just didn't work all the way. So we go to jail. Walter leaves for state pen tomorrow, but only for life. What's that, 40, 45 years? You could do that standing on your head, mister.
The most surprising part about this is that they didn't make the cop an Irish stereotype.
That's true.
Oh, what are you in here for, Mr. Bedecker?
Oh, pushing your wife off a building then. Well, when haven't we all done that a time or two ourselves? Why don't you go ahead and walk out? Go ahead, feel free. So, yeah, we hear audio flashbacks and Death laughs and he's like, oh, do you want to go? And he's like, yeah, take me. So I think you have a heart attack coming on. Whee! Heart attack.
Yo.
Guard comes in. Oh, poor fella.
Yo, hold on.
This?
The guard was just like, hey, Bart, it's Bedecker. He's dead. I'm like, what? That's how you just...
First of all, Cadwallader shows up and he's like, you look just like a man having a heart attack. And then, in a brilliant feat of acting, Bedecker just, like, opens his eyes wide and just tilts over. Like, What was the direction?
Acting.
Yeah, really. Oh God, the devil. It is John Lovitz.
Yeah.
But yeah, it.
Yeah. Closing narration. There's a saying: every man is put on earth, condemned to die. Time and method of execution unknown.
That's a saying.
Yo, and this warped mind it is. Perhaps this is as it should be. Case in point, Walter Bedecker, lately deceased. A little man with such a yen to live, beaten by the devil, by his own boredom, and by the scheme of things in this, the Twilight Zone.
Well,
Dude gave up after 15 minutes.
Yo, I don't know if I've seen too many movies or TV, but I would have run that jail, son.
Okay. Yeah, really.
why not try and kill? Like, it's like, okay, you're in jail for life, right? Kill a guard, kill another inmate. And if the guard,
There's no end game. Just start killing people.
no, my point is, eventually they'll put you on the death penalty,
Yeah.
right? But also, what made the guard open the cell and come in to check on him? A thud? Boom, boom. Just pretend to die.
Yeah.
And then clearly this guard's just like, oh.
Get up, hit him with the uppercut, take off running, like grab his guns, like bang, 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 bang.
What are they going to do, shoot you?
Yeah, like exactly every movie. What do they do when you escape jail? They shoot at you. Well, you're fine. So, like, I'd be in the mountains putting dynamites in my hands to see what would happen.
Also, he sold his soul. So, okay, I'm gonna die, and in this, reality or whatever, we've already established like this, no heaven or hell.
No, but whatever. Yeah. No,
Maybe he knew.
Suspension of disbelief. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So whatever. So he's gonna go to hell, and you just rest of eternity. I've been in jail 15 minutes. I can't take this. I'll take eternal suffering in hell instead. What?
It's so hot in here.
Yeah.
But also, there's a draft.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is hell.
But I do have one rhetorical question. What is Walter Bedecker's job? Because clearly, he's at home all the time, right? I'll run this down. He's at home all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's some sort of subway system where it seems it's implying as though he's living near like a major city.
Major metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has fancy clothes. He got a fancy robe. He's living in an apartment in the city.
Yeah.
He's got tons of doctors on the hook at all times. What is Walter Bedecker's job? What do you think?
Local white.
Yeah. Literally being white in the 50s.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what you were trying to build to, but that's facts, son. Like,
We don't need no truth hour for that.
no.
Oh, man. Yeah. And also, so we established it's probably like a day, maybe even less than a day, where he's getting all these checks that are now going to Ethel. How good is Ethel's life now?
Well, she's dead.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, she did. Oh, shit.
She did, yeah.
Oh, poor Ethel.
Goes all back to the state.
I mean, maximum, this is what? I mean, how long's a trial take?
Oh, well, apparently here it takes 6 hours.
Yeah. So maybe this is like a week, the whole story. So motherfucker goes from being terrified of death to like, well, I'm bored with living. Might as well just die.
What does human flesh taste like? And you're bored with life? What are you talking about? Like, there's so many things you've never experienced that are highly illegal or immoral that you could pull off, that you could do, and nobody will care because you're indestructible. All people will care, but you're indestructible, so you won't care.
I don't know. What's it like to jerk off in a jail cell? God.
Like, what's it like to jerk off in a jet engine? Like, what are you, like... Fucking, I don't know, but that guy can find out.
What would it be like to jerk off in the White House?
What is this, a Louis C.K. bit? All right, so let's let's move on to Hollywood thinking cap. How would we remake this today?
Oh, man.
Yeah. I had it that it would be, I mean, pretty much the same, except it would be in a hospital. There'd be a hospital, and he's clogging up the rounds and stuff like that. So people kind of like, yo, why is this guy messing up the hospital? He's not even sick. He's all fat. Like, the nurses know. They're like, yeah, we got to do our job, whatever. And then, devil, blah, 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 you're cured. So then he's like, wait a minute, am I really, is this real? So he starts rubbing himself on sick patients, like trying to get a disease. So he gets kicked out of the hospital, realizes, I can't even go to that. What if I really do get sick? I can't go to the hospital. And then while he's doing that, a bus passes by him, like, he's like, oh, but maybe I can get hurt. Yeah, maybe I can get hurt. And he starts throwing himself and like shooting himself, whatever he does. And then again, direct answer to the episode he stole from. This time he saves a little girl from getting hit by a truck. He becomes famous, right? He doesn't have to worry about anything anymore. He's like super rich and everybody wants to be. He doesn't have to worry. People are looking for him. He's not going to be lonely anymore. But then we go back to the home. He's alone in his home. His assistant is like just being badgered by him. Like, oh, Wes, give me my pill. I need my pill. And they give him the pill and the bottle just says placebo. And it's like, so he's still worried about that shit, even though he's like, yo. And then he's like, I just wish it could end. And it turns out his assistant was the devil. And he's like, yeah, I can make it end. And he's like, yeah. And then he's like, well, that's funny. This says poison instead of placebo.
What?
That's kind of what I thought the big twist was going to be with this. Is that it was just a big placebo or something? Like Ethel hires this guy to pretend he's a devil to make him. Now he's got the confidence going.
Ethel works for the CIA.
It was all in your head. You survived that train by pure mind power.
And potato pancakes.
Turns out you were just in a warehouse with the government. He's ripping off all his old episodes, man. This guy's garbage.
We'll see you soon, Moon. You stay up there.
Doesn't even have anything to do with the episode. You still there, Moon? I'm watching you.
Oh, so the moon's the devil.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
Again.
My idea.
You know what? Neither you go now. Go ahead, Delta.
I mean, my idea would be, which would actually happen, which is, somehow this guy gets his deal with the devil and immortality, and at first, like, he's doing, like, simple little shit, like, ooh, I can't get hurt, I can't get cut, so he clearly turns to a life of crime or whatever, and of course he gets caught, and does he end up in jail? No, the government captures him and fucking locks him away in some deep underground Area 51,
There you go.
and they're just gonna fucking experiment on this motherfucker forever.
No devil allowed.
Yours is like a Netflix series. Yours is definitely a 10-part series. That I
10
can say.
parts. Yeah, it's a Netflix series where it's 10 parts, and we could cut like 4 of those out.
Well, this is 22 minutes, and they were stretching.
Oh my god.
So we think a lot about like how would they do it today, but like who would be in this? Like who plays Bedecker today? Who plays that? Like okay, like you need to have some
Devil? I don't know. Al Pacino.
Well, oh no, not Cadwallander.
Al Pacino.
Oh, that's kind of yeah.
Oh, okay. So then Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is the.
Oh man. Yeah. So that was it.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino.
That's
That's
it.
what we got.
Okay.
Who would you have played the devil?
Yeah.
I'm just making rhetorical.
Matthew Broderick, both characters.
Ooh, it's a one-man show.
So yeah. All right, so we talk about the tropes and morals of this episode, but there weren't a lot of like tropes in this episode. I mean, there was like the evil laugh and the
There's a deal with the devil.
deal with the devil. There was
Yeah.
some, but it was so obvious. It's like there's nothing really even worth. It's like the story that was the trope. The story.
The whole thing was true.
Yeah, we have a deal with the devil, the evil laugh. One of the good ones they have here was immunity disability, which is where you become immune to something, and then that's the one thing you need. In a sense where he couldn't die, and then all he wanted to do was die. And it's just like, oh, geez, it's like if you're a Nazi and you have cancer, and then a Jewish guy creates the cure of cancer, and you're like, whoops, shouldn't have hated all those Jews because I'm gonna die now. Also, that's a message to all Nazis out there.
Jews have the cure for
They
cancer.
do. Jews have the answer, which is probably why you hate them. I don't think I'm helping the situation right now.
my God.
Forget the whole thing. I take
Holy
it all
shit.
back. Let's talk about morals. Let's talk about the morals in this film. I don't know if this falls under morals, but Cadwallader's like, Bedecker says, "Won't I miss it?" And he says, "You'll never know it's gone." And I was just wondering, if this could be argued where is he so selfish that it's like he doesn't have a soul anyway?
Oh.
Or is it that when I take the soul away, nothing will change for you, so you won't notice that you're becoming more selfish, more self-indulgent, more me, but he's already that way.
Maybe without a soul, that's why he doesn't feel the thrill of life.
That's
yeah. Okay.
That is an argument I've heard made before. I don't know where. Simpsons? Probably Simpsons. Yeah. Simpsons. Holy shit, Simpsons didn't do it. Simpsons stole it. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Rest of this show is just seeing what Simpsons stole. Not episode, whole show, whole series.
Oh yeah.
So was he evil or was he made evil? It's hard to say in that sense. Again,
he was already a piece of shit.
It's the direct opposite of the other one. In One for the Angel, it was like, well, was he already going to heaven and death just had to? And the same thing. Is this guy already going to hell? And the devil was like, well, I might as well trick him a little bit. Like,
I don't want to wait for this motherfucker.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
Want his soul now.
Yeah. We don't, like, we've already established we're not going to have good answers for this, but why would you make this? Because clearly Rod Sterling was screwed in a deal at some point in his life, and he is not over it at all. He got screwed. He was screwed into making this series.
That's what it was.
He got tricked into this series, and he's like, yo, this is going to be whatever that thing is people say.
Oh, yeah, that one.
My swan song? Is that it? I don't know what that means. So the next episode, I found the actual clip, like back in the day.
Oh, okay.
The episode would be over, and then Rod Sterling would show up and be like, "Hey, I think we got a great one next week."
Yes.
So here. So one of next week's stars is alongside me right now. She'll appear in a most unusual tale called "The Lonely." It's a story that takes place on an asteroid. Female voice, and it's a most intriguing premise. Sterling sounds it. Next.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, how does it sound like an intriguing premise? All you said was an asteroid.
Yeah, he dismisses the shit out of her.
Whatever you say, sweet cakes.
Next week on The Twilight Zone, Jack Warden, John Denner,
Nailed it.
yeah, and Gene Marsh appear in a bizarre tale of a man and a
robot?
woman? Camera pans to woman that's actually a robot, then cuts back to Serling. I don't understand it either. Thank you and good night. Yo, I regret that I missed 5 episodes of not doing this. Yo. So yeah, The Lonely. Did you guys remember this episode?
Oh, yeah.
You remembered
Oh,
it
yeah.
too? Or yeah. I had never seen it, so my guess was, like, after watching it, I was like, yo, I wish I could write these episodes. I'm so good at this. Like, I guess that they give him the woman, and then eventually he slowly grows tired of her, eventually resentful, angry, and then kills her, and it turns out she was like a parole hearing test to see if he could get off the planet.
That's so Rod Sterling.
Yeah.
That's so...
Wow. Turns out you're a better Rod Serling than Rod Serling.
Yeah, I know. I'm really fucking good, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Or my other idea was that same thing, he kills the woman, and then it turns out that's why he's in jail, and his punishment is to forever reenact the murder that he committed so he can never question it.
That was an episode of Star Trek.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck Gene Roddenberry then, son. I'm going to do it too. I'd do them all.
Which Star Trek was it, though? It was either Next Generation or Voyager. If it was Next Generation, it was Riker. If it was Voyager, it was Tom Paris. I don't remember which one, because really, that same premise happened, like, very similar.
I want to stop you for a second. Did you use the actor's name, or is there a character named Tom Paris?
That would be the character, Tom Paris.
Jesus Christ.
Who starts off, he had a young upstart, he was a promising young cadet, and then, I don't know, he didn't listen to orders, and then he joined the Maquis, and then, like, they were like, well, we gotta go hunt the Maquis, so we're gonna take you on. You're lucky you're not in jail, and then they end up in the Delta Quadrant.
Just to be clear, the Maquis, that's the alien race with the thing on their face?
No, the Maquis, come on. The Maquis are the, like, freedom fighters from the area that's now controlled by the guys who I forgot. Some aliens. I don't know.
The
Glee glorps.
enslavement oppressors.
Yeah, that's
Freedom fighters, enslavement oppressors.
yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So that.
And it was all on the holodeck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So join us for that. So VictorProWrestling.com.
Victory Pro Wrestling returns live November 24th, the weekend of Thanksgiving. Is a perfect time to have a wrestling show, and we're going to have one Center Ridge, Long Island, New York. And if you don't hear this episode in time, January, we return for the King of New York tournament, where I'm going to be the 3-time King of New York. Reinstate the monarchy.
Oh, I love it. I regret that sound, though. Huge, do you have anything you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, you can find me on most social medias at what the
Atomic Huge?
Yes, every time.
Jesus, man.
Hold on, we're gonna go back. You can find me at most. Please fucking cut this out. I fucking can't stand you.
If you didn't mention it.
You
I
just
fucking
If
can't
you point it out and just ooze that desperation that people love.
So you can find me at most social media things at
Please cut this out.
at Atomic Huge. You can also find Kangaroo Feet on youporn.com.
I love that you promote something else every episode.
I'm going to. That's my whole shtick.
So far, we have Tom Cruise's Twitter.
Yes.
I
Go
followed
watch
it now.
Two Cold Scorpio.
step videos. And what was the one you just did?
Kangaroo Feet.
Kangaroo feet
on
porn.
YouPorn. Really? YouPorn?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm just saying.
I can't go to Pornhub. It's not available in my country. Is that what it is? I'm getting that one.
I'm more of a Pornhub or home movies tube kind of guy.
Brendan Small?
What?
Nah, never mind. You got me.
Okay.
No? Brendan Small? What?
No, I don't know what you're talking
No.
about.
We used to talk about that.
Did you make a porno?
No.
I don't know.
The TV show Home Movies? No?
No.
Oh.
We used to talk about that? I have never seen that show in my life. We used to talk about that?
Yeah, you remember he'd be like, "Don't you like that show?" Home
You're like,
Movies?"
I
And you
have
were like,
never seen
that
that
fucking
shit.
trash. I've never
No.
seen that.
You mean that episode with all the squiggly lines and shit? No. Why would I watch that? Fucking Parkinson's on camera. No. So go to www.yg.com for all things Why Would You Make This, including links to this episode and ways to download it if you don't use iTunes or Google Play. Also, we're on the YouTube. Search Why Would You Make This. Intro is Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris.
Not Tom Paris.
No, Kill Paris. So for Huge, J Delta, I'm Jimmy Time. Please remember that without the mistakes of others, we would be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.